To Calvin Phillips, now officially a Manchester City player coming in from Leeds United. Natum, do you like this for the citizens?
Do you know what? I do, but it still also feels kind of strange because he's coming in at a time to replace somebody leaving who's Fernandinho, and I don't necessarily see them as being the same type of player. And you're wondering, like, for as good as Fernandinho was, is Calvin Phillips going to be able to come in and have that sort of impact? And you're not sure, and that's because, you know, you see him at the highest level playing for England, but that's a very conservative side anyway. But then aside from that, he's playing for Leeds, who've had such a specialist system over the last 2-3 years that you wonder, will Calvin Phillips be able to adapt and sort of thrive in this City side? And in the end, I guess with the infrastructure they have and the coaching staff they have, you believe it will happen, but it's a strange one because you've not really seen him at club level play at the highest sort of standard. But at the end of the day, as I say, the system is one whereby he will figure it out, he'll learn, and for City, Liverpool, all these sides, it's not like they look at these players overnight and decide that's who they want. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a long period of time really looking into the players, seeing their attributes, seeing if they can fit into a side. So I'm positive he'll probably do well. I don't know what he'll look like because obviously for City as well, with a new striker being in there, maybe they'll change formations, maybe they'll keep it as it is, and in which case his game time might be limited. But the belief is he's a good player. This is an England international. And as crazy as it may be to say this in 2022, like 40 to 50 million pounds feels quite cheap these days in the transfer market for somebody that's a full international. So, you know, I like it. Good luck to him. I think, as I say, he's got some big boots to fill if he's trying to be a direct replacement for Fernandinho. But he's still young enough to get better, and I think City will make him do just that, and I'm interested to see how he fits into this side.
Do you like this too, Stevie?
I'm kind of surprised that Nedum's not a little bit more upbeat about this.
Okay.
Because I like Calvin Phillips, and I understand what he's talking about when he's saying, well, he's playing for Leeds, and this is a team that lost a lot of goals. Mm-hmm. He's probably coming in as a defensive midfielder, so how does Leeds and defensive midfielder make any sense? But the truth is, I think absolutely this is a great signing. And 42 million, it's not even a gamble. Mm-hmm. This guy's a regular in an England team, and when he plays on the international stage, he plays great. Mm-hmm. Is he going to get better? Absolutely, he's going to get better playing with the type of players they have at City. And he's coming at the perfect time that he's going to play. You know, you've got Gundogan, who seems as though he's on the way out, only has a year left. Mm-hmm. Fernandinho's gone. Rodri, as good as he is with the ball and passing, is probably better than Phillips, but he can't defend the way Phillips does.
Okay.
So, as I said, Nedum, get a smile on your face, because I think this is a good signing.
Could they complement each other, though, with Rodri, Shaka?
I don't see why not. And listen, I'm with Stevie on this one. As much as filling Fernandinho's boots, that big shoes to fill, as Nedum points out. But Fernandinho seen limited minutes over the last season and a half, and yet we are talking about Manchester City defending league champions. Calvin Phillips comes in, gives better protection to that back four than anybody else in that midfield for me. So I think coming in, while yes, it's a big ask to be a direct replacement for Fernandinho, I think he grows in that system. He grows with the coaches playing under, and he gives that City team a very different look from the one that we've seen for the last couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. Of course, adding Erling Haaland does that on its own anyway. So I'm with Stevie on this. I like this a lot.
What about you, Frank? Now with Calvin Phillips, should he be concerned about getting minutes with the World Cup a few months away?
We will get some minutes because Manchester City wants to win everything, so you have 4 competitions that he can be involved in, and I have no doubt that he will be involved because Guardiola likes to interchange players and rotate some players, so I have no doubt that he will have some minutes. And I'm happy to see him going to a big club like Manchester City because I think he's a player who first deserves it and showed big strengths when he was playing for Leeds to deserve to be in a bigger club like that. Now, how he's going to respond to the pressure of being to another club with belonging to another planet in a way. It was hard for Grealish to sign for Manchester City. Will it be as hard for Phillips that it was for Grealish? Hopefully not, but he will have to adapt. He was one of the leaders at Leeds. He will be, with all due respect, one of the servants of the big stars playing for Manchester City, and will have to find a room to express himself. But he has all the quality to play for Manchester City. I have no doubts about that.
Speaking of room to express himself, we know Gabriel Jesus is looking to do that as well, set to join Arsenal for £45 million in that transfer fee. Natum, is Gabriel Jesus the player that Arsenal really need?
Well, as you look at it, I don't think they have a recognised striker outside of Nketiah there at this moment in time. So for him to be going there, somebody who's got a ton of medals, a guy who's played significant parts of bits of seasons for Man City, I suppose it is a good sign. And I think if they can bring in somebody from Man City who's been a part of their successful run, then surely it'll be perceived as a progressive thing. And for the price, again, relatively speaking, it feels weird to sort of downplay £45 million, but in the market that it is, that's something whereby, you know, it's worth taking the risk over. And I think he's somebody who's arriving there who's desperate to be a main part of a successful side. So I think they'll get the best sort of version of him because he's to be desperate to make an impact. You know, the passion he'll have in terms of being there, trying to bring success to Arsenal. And he's somebody who, you know, whether some people say he's good, no good or whatever, like he's tasted those moments of success. He's been on that journey to success. He knows what it takes to be able to compete at that highest level.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.